And welcome back to On Assignment. This is Dave Erickson. We just wrapped up the Pro Panel press conference before the 2013 Ironman 70.3 St. George, which is also the U.S. Pro Championship. Here's some of the highlights from what the men had to say on Friday afternoon.
And what would it mean to you to take home the U.S. Championship?
It would mean everything. This is the greatest country on earth. And there's no doubt about that in anybody's mind that lives in this country. And to be considered the national champion would mean more than words could ever describe. My strategy is to get on the bike and make everybody chase me. I'm going to go out and swim as quick as I can and get out of the water. And the first 10 miles are the nicest of the course, meaning then it's flat and you're going to be very quick. And then you can put a lot of people on the edge and for that first climb. So I'm just going to go put my foot down and constant pressure.
The climate here is a little bit friendlier right now than it was in Vegas in September. But yeah, it's not too far from Vegas here in Utah. The course is, especially on the bike, also similar to the one in Vegas, and I think I already proved that this kind of courses suits me pretty good, and so I hope I'm not too far from the result in Vegas too.
You approach it in a smart manner, and you just kind of give yourself an opportunity each time you race, and that's why I came out here, is to give myself an opportunity to see if my riding is where I want it to be, and am I making the right progress. So it's another test, an honest test. But ultimately, I guess I measure myself against the best in the world, and I'm sitting next to the reigning Ironman 70.3 world champion. So you're not going to get a better litmus test for where you are and where you stand than when you race against the best in the world.
Obviously, I like to race to win, and I like to race to do well. But I'm coming out here because racing is special, and I think you always hope to have your best day, and you always try and put the training in and plan to have a great day. But I think even if things don't go your way, I think we're pretty lucky to be out here and just to enjoy that. And I think I would say that even as hard as it can be to try and think to enjoy this kind of suffering, because it sure beats some of the other kind of suffering I had to do.
St. George is a special place for me. I mean, dating back even before they decided to have an Ironman here, I was visiting to do training trips in college, and that was my start in triathlon. Actually, was in college. So we would get out of the Montana winter and come down here and have some fun in the sun and train on the course. We didn't know it at the time, actually, but it was the course. And yeah, it was a special kind of journey over the 3 years to do this race. It was obviously one of the hardest ones on the circuit when it was still an Ironman. And I was second the first year, which I was ecstatic about, and then fourth the next year, and then I won it last year. So, and that was in some of the toughest conditions I've ever seen in a race before. So as far as the race goes this year, even though it's a half distance, I think it's probably the only half Ironman that's basically going to be like an Ironman. And as far as the competition goes, it's going to push all of us all day. I mean, we have some of the best athletes in the world, and it's going to be a really fast race for the course, I think.
And be sure to keep it here on Ironman.com for live coverage of the Ironman 70.3 St. George U.S. Pro Championship on Saturday for text updates, photos, and video updates with Craig Alexander and Greg Welch throughout the afternoon. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson at the 2013 Ironman 70.3 St. George.